Welcome back to the I'm Hungry podcast. I'm Foster,
I'm Daniel.
and we're back.
We're back.
Sorry, I didn't give you a countdown. I just kind of just
I was like,
started.
oh,
Yeah,
hello
sorry.
everyone.
I kind of even surprised myself because normally I do the countdown. I clicked it and I was like, wait, whoa, we're going now. Okay, but yeah, what's up, I'm Hungry Nation? We return for another episode.
Yep.
What have you been up to, Daniel? What
Well,
do you got
I've
going
been
on this week of summer?
this week is summer. I've been working on my Darth Vader sound system. So,
Oh,
trying to make my voice two things, trying to make an effect, like design an effect using guitar pedals and equalizers and stuff that I can wear that makes my voice sound like as close to Darth Vader's as possible. That's number one. And then number two is amplifying it in a way that sounds good and isn't like crappy megaphone audio quality. Like
yeah,
I want nice bass. I want good full range coming off of my body. And the issue is I have to wear all of this. So
yeah.
it's been really hard to find like
Could
I
you
need to
get
yeah.
like a Raspberry Pi or something and run
That
like a
I've looked
voice
into that.
modulator through it or
Yeah,
something?
I've looked into that and I found a guy or found a few people who did it online, and the final result was just awful. They didn't do Darth Vader, but what they did, they whatever voice effect they did, the latency was so bad. They would be like,
Mm,
"Hello, hello, hello. How's it going? How's it going?" It's awful. The effect that I have actually sounds really good right now, and I'm
yeah.
doing well. So the way I'm doing it is I have a guitar pedal that is like a multi-function guitar pedal. So it takes if I have my microphone goes into the guitar pedal, it's battery powered, and I can
Hmm.
apply a bunch of effects like flanger, delay, distortion, reverb, a bunch of
Flanger.
things. Yeah, it's like a weird
What is flanger? Yeah.
like if you play a constant sound, it'll take it and kind of pitch it up and down at a certain rate. So it'll be instead of being like wah, it'll be like wah.
So it's like a sine wave.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it gets you that like when you
Wow.
speak with it,
Wow.
yeah, it gets you that like metallic kind of like you're speaking into a bowl or something. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I
Exactly
get
like
you.
that.
I get you.
Yep. So I've got that,
Uh,
and then I'm experimenting with adding other pedals in series. So I have like all those effects, and then I have an EQ pedal, and with
uh,
the little knobs on it, so I can like bring out the bass or whatever. And it
for
sounds
real.
pretty good. But
And is it
now
is it all like right here? Do you like
it's all gonna be on my back. Yeah, like
okay.
behind my cape and
I was gonna
everything.
say it'd be cool if you were like messing with the
Yeah,
buttons on the front.
that would be super cool if I could like wire them to the
That would
things.
be
That'd be
that would be
awesome.
dope. That
Big.
would be dope. You know how do you know how
Oh.
to solder?
Yeah, I've soldered before. I'm not great at it, but I know
I
how to
need
do
to
it.
I need to learn how to solder.
It's
Because I
pretty
would
fun.
one thing I would love to do is I would love to like build my own keyboard. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like
yeah.
actually like get like
You
the
mean like computer
PCB.
keyboard?
Yeah. Like
Yeah, okay.
get like what do you call it? PCB? I don't know. Fucking whatever.
I have no
Uh
clue.
the case and like solder all the keys down and like test all the switches and stuff like I used to watch like a lot of YouTube like guys that did that.
Yeah,
And there's just one
that's
guy I
pretty cool.
know who makes a decent amount of money, I'm pretty sure. Like just making custom keyboards for people.
Oh wow. What would your
Yeah.
keys be like on your
I
custom
don't
keyboard?
know. I don't know. Because it's like, that's a huge thing, right? It's like, what
Yeah,
kind of keys do you want? Do you want like
right.
super clicky? Do you want like quiet and like
Yeah.
smooth? Do you want it like super tactile so you feel like every key press or, you know what I mean? So there's so many different, and there's like, you can buy like these boards on Amazon that have like one of every type that you can
Oh.
like try. They're kind of fun. I like keys. Yeah. I don't know what I would get. I don't know all the types, but
Do you prefer in general, do you prefer like think of like a Mac keyboard where it's like very thin, very quiet,
no.
or do
Yeah, no.
you prefer the
Mechanical keyboard. Yeah,
Yeah, I
you
agree.
gotta have the switches. I don't think I really like them tactile that much. So like the keyboard I have now, it's kind of clicky. It's kind of in the middle, but
Yeah.
like the really like nice high end ones are like super like it's hard to describe the sound and like the way that they type, but like super smooth and like solid. If you get what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like go
They
if
don't there's no wiggle as the keys go down, right?
yeah
It's like
exactly.
chunk,
It's like yeah, it's like
chunk. Yeah.
like it feels yeah exactly it feels like
Yeah.
that I'm talking like I know but like I listen to
Well,
the videos and it sounds like
yeah,
that.
you do know. You do know.
Yeah.
More than many people, probably.
Probably more than the average Joe.
That's my favorite kind of thing. I love mechanical stuff. So anything mechanical, but also anything mechanical when it's designed so well that you can just
Yeah.
feel like, yeah, when it's a keyboard, when it's a key that doesn't wiggle a bunch or make a weird noise, like when it just slots
Yeah.
down perfectly, like you're dropping a thing. Have you heard of? I think I've talked about it before. Oh, I have. We talked about it when you asked me what we would do with our first like big boy checks, like
Yeah.
job salaries or whatever. And I said I would buy a Curta calculator.
Mm.
But that thing is like the epitome of mechanical goodness for me because it has,
Yeah.
it's a little cylinder, it's got so many little buttons on it and it does math all
Yeah.
mechanically. It's so cool. That kind of stuff is
How
awesome.
what kind of numbers can you like evaluate?
You can do there's the very first Curta calculator has like a little over 10 digits I think, and then they made a bigger one later in the 1900s that could do maybe up to 20 digits or something, but you can do really complicated math on it for a
Yeah.
mechanical thing. You can do like square roots, power exponents, sine, maybe. I'm not sure. There's
That's
a big
cool.
I know there's a big list of how to do it.
Yeah.
Um, it's pretty cool. Speaking of calculators, I found an app online. Do you know the TI-84 and 84 Plus or whatever?
Yeah.
Those Texas
You can
Instruments.
get them online. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but there's an app that it's like the calculator, right? But it
Yeah.
has way more settings, and one of the awesome things, it has a unit converter built in, so you can just
Wow.
type in and go to any unit, and then it has like an encyclopedia of tiles that have math facts and math formulas, everything you could ever want, like fast Fourier transform, volume of a
Wow.
cupola shape, like,
Yeah.
and you can favorite you. They're organized by category, so like you can
Oh, and you
favorite
can.
them. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
they're little
So you just
tiles,
go
and you can
straight
just
to it. Like,
yeah,
I'm on this unit where we keep finding the fucking volume of this blah blah blah.
yeah. But like every single derivative, every single method of integration, it's all on there. It's beautiful, and it's not like he just copied and pasted it from the
I
internet. He
needed
like
that. I needed that. What
it's
the hell?
it's literally it would give you the answer to everything in math. You know like Wolfram Alpha? It's
Yeah.
like a yeah, so it's a web for those of you who don't know, if it's a computational intelligence like website. You can enter like let's say you enter a function of x in there and it will if you just press enter, it'll give you as much information about it as it can, right? It'll say,
Yeah.
here's what it looks like when it's graphed, here's the derivative, here's the integral, here's the whatever. This calculator does that for you too. So if you just type in the command line, if you type 3x plus 2, and then there's a little details button that appears. You can press the details button, and it pops up a window, and it's like, here's the derivative, here's the integral, here's the... Oh, if you type in the number,
That's
like,
sick.
if you type in 25, it'll give you all of the factors of 25.
Yeah.
It'll give you the prime factorization of
Wow.
25. Like, it'll give you as much information as it possibly can about the thing.
Yeah. Okay. That's fucking sick.
It can do
That's actually
symbolic
sick.
math. So your TI-84, you had to do definite integration, right? It can do
Yeah.
symbolic integration.
It can do
for you.
indefinite integrals. Whoa! That blows my
And
mind.
and the graphing calculator, like the graphing function, is like Desmos quality. It's like
Oh,
you can
okay.
zoom in and
Wow.
out, and you can trace on it. It's just wonderful.
God
Yeah.
damn it!
I know
Modern
they
school
made us buy
system.
these $100 This is the full version is like $3 on your phone,
What
and they
the
made us
fuck?
get every high school in the nation makes you get a
Yeah, in college,
$100
yeah,
graph.
like-
yeah.
Oh my god, I was already pissed off about that because I'm hearing you say this, right? And there's already a calculator that like is outlawed in classes, right? I mean, what is it, like the Inspire or
Oh,
something
yeah.
like that?
Yeah.
And that one, because that one can do like a lot of more functions, but it's outlawed in classes. And now we have this. It's like, what the fuck? Like, why do I
Yeah.
like? Why? Well, okay, yeah. The school system needs an upgrade. We need
So-
better We need more. Like, fuck it. Whatever.
I would like, yeah. I mean, I can't believe that they make us buy those
Yeah.
because they're $100 or more for those calculators, right? If
Yeah.
you get the basic version, it's like 100, and then if you get the Inspire, it's more than that. But this thing does more than all of those, and it's $3 on your phone. And the only reason they wouldn't let you do it is because it's on your phone and you can cheat easier, right?
yeah.
It seems like you can't. I can't believe that they're forcing kids to pay that much money
It's a scam.
hundreds of
It's a literal scam, bro. Like,
yeah. You could like surely there's a way you can like what if you have like a device in the classroom, you activate it, it completely cuts off everyone from internet or something or and messaging or
yeah,
something.
like
That's
local
probably
devices only. Localized EMP.
it's just wipe out your phone. That's probably like a safety hazard. Well, but no, hold on, because kids aren't supposed to have their phones on, and like if the world was perfect
Yeah.
according to high school teachers, everyone's phone would be turned off and in their backpack the whole time. So
Yeah.
if you just make it so their phone can't do any of the phone stuff, then there you go. You don't have to make kids pay so much.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway,
It's like it's like we need to educate. Okay, I have a couple things. I want to go
Okay.
on like three different like directions at the,
Yeah,
at,
okay.
like
Well, wait.
relatively the same time.
okay, but right now, remember what all three of them are. That way, when you finish one of them, you don't forget.
No promises, but
Okay.
like the school system is so antiquated, especially now. Like especially after COVID, like we saw how like slow everything was moving because they didn't have like internet like access integrated. Now we kind of do. Now things can be done online, but like still looking at stuff like this with the calculator, it's like there's so many more like advanced ways we could be doing things, but we're still doing it like with like sticks and stones by comparison. Like what kind of like education could we be giving and receiving if we were allowed to use like these tools that
Yeah.
made it so much easier? And it's like when the kids that are looking at like calculus now get into like the workforce, stuff like that is going to be way even
That's
more
what you
powerful.
use.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just what
Something
you do.
like-
You don't need to calculate these things by hand in the
Yeah.
workforce. You just look it up.
Literally, literally, like, what's the constant of this bullshit? I don't know. Yeah, but like, and then something like that. We talked about this like a while ago, but it's like something like that. Combine that with like a generalized AI in the next like 10 years. We have that personal AI that you can like do
Yeah.
all these like how like oh I want to build a house like how big do I need to make this frame like
Yeah.
how much it needs to support this much weight like I want to build a second story boop 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 dot 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 dot
Yeah.
here's a blueprint.
I mean, it
Like,
makes so many
fucking-
things just obsolete, and it's kind of scary because like it makes. I mean, it makes engineering. It could make engineering obsolete, right? Like
Mhm.
if an AI could become good enough to engineer stuff eventually, which I think it totally can.
I don't think
What do
it'll
you
make it
need?
obsolete. I think the more I see AI, the more I either see it as like it will kill us all because they will just like kill us. Like I don't know. But and then or it'll really help people find what they are like passionate about. Cuz the way
Yeah.
I'm seeing it, it's like you shouldn't like say we're in a world where like AI is like ultra like efficient and it's in every industry. You shouldn't really be in that industry if you aren't like doing well, you know what I mean? With AI. That's how I see
Yeah.
it. It's like you're going to be kind of like forced out of an industry that you're not supposed to be in because all the people
Oh
that
yeah.
all the people that are doing it well are just doing it so much better. Like
Yeah.
that's kind of how
Well,
I
if you
see
think
it
about it,
happening.
think about if you have a job and then AI gets like when AI is that prevalent and like effective, you don't need people to do you need people to do think jobs like designing
Yeah.
and stuff, or do you just need
Well,
people?
probably.
I mean, it seems like you might just need people to monitor the AI and build the AI and keep improving it for like I think
Yeah.
it might change. Oh, if I'm a chemical engineer in 30 years or whatever, that doesn't mean that I actually do the chemical engineering. That means I know how to work with the AI that does the chemical engineering, which is kind of scary, or not scary. It just seems less fun, but maybe it will be fun. But speaking of stuff like that, yesterday I was given a task at work, just like one of the, I get different ranges of tasks from like I'm actually designing and presenting to a client or just like Excel data
Yeah.
stuff. And this one was like, here's like several or like 100 PDFs, and we have all of this list of items, and we need the unit costs for these items. So like fencing and like concrete, it's for a project or something, and we need to get the unit costs. And somewhere in these hundreds of PDFs, those unit costs exist. Bless you.
Thank you. I've been
Somewhere in
doing
those
some
PDFs.
big sneezes lately. Sorry. Yeah. I've been sneezing like crazy, like
Yeah.
grown man sneeze. You know what I mean? Like yeah, yeah, some shit like that. All right, continue. Sorry.
Okay. So the PDFs, somewhere in the PDFs, you have to find the unit cost for this thing, and so that means either you have to open up all the PDFs and Control F your way through them and see if you can find it, or because I hate doing things like that, I wanted to automate it. So I was like, well, if I want to write a script for searching through PDFs, but I don't know how to do that. So ChatGPT helped me write a script, and it wrote a script for me. And I tried it, it didn't work, and I said, ChatGPT, here's the error message that I got.
Oh.
What is wrong? And it said, here's what's wrong, add this. It fixed the error, but a new error came up, and I kept telling it what was going on. And eventually, we got to a solution, and we got to a point where it outputted the name of every PDF where it found the keyword. And I was like, that's not super useful to me because I need to go find the unit cost when I see it. So I was like, ChatGPT, make this so that once the output is in the form of, here's the document where the keyword was found, here's a list of all the pages in that document where the keyword was found. And then it works. So now I can type in find concrete in this directory, which contains 100 PDFs, and within a couple minutes, maybe less, it gives me, in this document, it's on pages 2 and 4. On this document, it's on pages 256 and 4,000 or whatever. And then I went through and checked, and it found them. It even found one that was crossed out.
No.
Like, it found one that was like struck through.
Yeah.
Which isn't ChatGPT. That was just it recommended a very good PDF reading Python. And that's the other thing. This was a Python script. I don't know how to write Python. It's like, I'm sure it's, it's a very good language, so I'm sure I could learn because I've learned with way worse languages before, but I don't know how to do it. So Python wrote it for me, ChatGPT wrote it for me, and all I had to do was like tell it how it was going, and then it would modify it for me and say, here's the modified script with this new feature that you requested, or this error fixed. And I just kept copying and pasting. So it literally helped me engineer a script to automate this task. So the timeline for something like that normally would be like, I want to automate this really long task. Figuring out how to automate it is going to be long too. And then is it worth it, right? Is the development time period longer than the actual manual doing the task time period? And if so, then I shouldn't try and automate it because I won't get I'll get it faster if I just do it the boring way. But in this case, ChatGPT shrunk that period by probably like a day or more, right? For me to go in and learn how to do that from scratch. So
100%,
it's just crazy. Yeah. So it's just so cool. Like that kind of application, you can do things so much faster and without any errors because you can tell ChatGPT solve this error for me. It's just so cool.
That's like a real life application that you literally used in your job. That's cool.
So think about that, but applied to like, because it's good at coding, but it's pretty terrible at other kinds of
so it's like a checker, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Like your job would be as like your its advisor or something.
Yeah.
Like, oh, hey, that didn't work. Can you change this?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, sure.
Interesting. Yeah.
Anyway.
The times are changing.
times are
changing, brother. Like you ever think about like what like kids that are born today, their perspective must be a lot different of like the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess it depends on the parenting, right? Like what are they seeing that's different than we were kids?
It's just so much more connected now.
Yeah.
Like you weren't thinking about Ukraine. Were you thinking about Iraq when we were younger? It was on the news.
Kids today aren't thinking. There's no way little kids are thinking about Ukraine.
I definitely think they are.
No. Kids do not have the brain power to think about that kind of stuff. They don't have the attention span or the brain power. Kids are
maybe not.
Kids are not intelligent. not intelligent, but they're just not. They've got no idea what's happening outside of their own world.
Experience is required.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I don't know.
If you told them that there's a war going on, they would be like, okay.
Yeah, they'd be like, damn, that sucks.
Yeah, I don't know if that's quite the response you get, but
that's the response I would give.
How old are we talking here? Are we talking like middle schoolers or like toddlers?
I'm talking like 6 through 12.
Oh, yeah, okay. Those kids, Yeah. I thought you were talking about like 8-year-olds.
No. Oh yeah, that's
Okay.
in the range actually. 6 through 12.
Oh, I think you meant 6th through 12th grade.
No, 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 no.
I was like, dude, I think, yeah, I think they're pretty self-sufficient at that point. Okay, yeah, 6th through 12.
I would argue not. I don't
Well,
know.
not self-sufficient, but they can at least think for themselves.
I think what you said about the parenting style is very correct.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
if I was if you were a parent, how would you, what would you feel about, let's start with phones. When would you give your kid a phone?
Oh, yeah, like 12.
Yeah,
They don't need to
I think
be
so.
if they're not in like if they're not already staying home alone or yeah, like if they're staying home alone, I'm going to get them a phone.
Okay.
So, I started
But
staying home alone like
what about
9.
just a
So, maybe
landline?
9. Yeah.
What if you just go old school and get a landline? Because that's kind of like what I had when I was a kid. If I had to stay home when I first started staying home alone, I didn't have a phone, but I
Yeah.
did have the landline. So if I
Yeah.
needed to call, I just had two numbers in my head,
Exactly.
and that's
Put them
how
on
I
the
called.
fridge. Yeah, I might do
Yeah,
that then. But yeah, I don't think my kid needs but like that's such a weird thing cuz it's like in the future what is
everybody
it
has one.
yeah, like
Yeah.
what is society going to look like? Are you going to be able to walk around without a phone? You go to a restaurant, they don't even give
Yeah.
you a menu. You need to scan it. You
Yeah,
need to
that's
scan the QR
true.
code.
Well, but hold on, a little kid, a 12-year-old isn't going to go to a restaurant by themselves,
Yeah, that's
probably. They'll
true.
go with
Yeah.
an adult. So
But,
there
but
needs to
like
be
that's what I'm
like
saying. Like
a,
what is it going to look like in the future?
yeah,
Like movie theater. Oh, I need that. I need the app.
yeah.
Oh, concert, something like
Well,
that. I
aren't
might get
there
him an iPod
phones?
Touch.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, aren't there phones for kids? I'm sure there's still those kind of things where it's like really simplified devices that don't, you can't go social media, you can't play games or anything. It's
Yeah,
just
give him a
like
flip phone.
a pager. Yeah, right.
A pager.
Oh, but then but it has to have apps for you to do like the movie theater stuff. So
Yeah.
you'd have to make it. Maybe it's like a parental lock phone, like it's a, like a pin you
I
have to
don't think I
enter.
want to do any parental controls on my shit. Cause no,
I feel like,
I hated parental controls on mine. Like I was like, what's the point? And like I get the point now, but like even now, I'm still like, that's for him that's for them to figure out.
but the parental
And
controls,
I'll tell them, I'll
it
be like, you better be careful on there, cause like
no, but
we
kids aren't
know
going to be
what
careful. Like, I guess it depends on the kid, but like they're going
I'm
to
gonna make sure my
explore.
kid is smart. If my kid is stupid, I have failed. I have failed. I will be so like, yeah. I don't see a world where my kid is stupid. I don't. I just don't. I
Well,
don't
what
think
do
I'll
you
let it
mean?
happen. I don't think I'll
What
let
do
it
you mean
happen.
stupid though? Like, do you just mean like he acts like makes bad decisions, or
Yeah,
is
just kind
just
of like, oh, what's going on? Like, not like airheaded. Like he doesn't really
okay, yeah,
know.
yeah,
Like they don't really know understand
yeah,
what's going on. In the world, in the current situation, in their life, in their
yeah,
routine. Like I want by the time my kid's 18, I want him to be able to like him or her. I keep saying him. I want a son. Sue
yeah,
me, whatever. I want him to be able to like take on the world. You know what I mean? I want
yeah,
when my like if my when my child turns 18, I want them to be like, wow, okay, the world is my oyster now.
yeah. It's yeah. I think that's what every parent wants. Well,
Yeah,
every parent with
but I
good
want to be able to
intentions.
like show them how to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. That's a good. So wait, what
And
did
I don't
I
even know
had a
how to do that yet. It's like what the fuck? But
no? Yeah, I mean,
I'm
I
getting
had a
there.
question though. That reminded me of something. Oh shoot, you said. Dang,
I started
what
I
were we
don't
talking
know,
about right before that?
some kids. We were like, phones.
Phones and kids.
When would you give your child a phone?
Yeah, but it was something in what you were just saying about you'd want your kid to. Oh yeah, nature versus nurture.
Yeah,
How much
yeah.
do you think? What do you think about nature versus nurture?
It's such a complicated thing because
Yeah.
I'm gonna tie this into a wider thought that I was having earlier. Like,
Alright.
life is suffering. Life is pain. Like, there's no other way around it. From the minute you were born, it is like constant change and new experiences and just like crazy shit coming at you like 24/7, and we don't. I don't know. I didn't really. I'm just realizing that like now, like as an adult, like and it doesn't stop, and it's like having a kid. My kid will encounter like unbearable hardship that I will not even know about, and that I will not be able to do anything about. And that is an inevitability. Like that will happen, and that like that scares me. So it's like because it's like I can't control like I like and that scares me just because I know it's like the all I can do is like try to raise my child well. You know what I mean? I can't control their reactions. I can't control their actions. I can't control like their emotions. I can't control their thought processes. All I can do is like take my experiences and do my best to temper theirs.
Yeah.
But it still leaves me like feeling uneasy because no matter how much I tell my child, they'll only be able to experience it themselves. You know what I mean? Like I can tell them, oh, don't touch the stove. Oh, don't do drugs. Oh, don't drink. But like right, but they're not really gonna understand what that means until they do touch the stove, until they drink. You know what I mean? I kind of forgot where I was going with this, but yeah.
What was it was nature versus nurture.
Oh yeah, so it's like, what if my like, you know what I mean, and like I don't know, what I forget what I'm trying to say here, but it's just like, am I good enough? Is the world good enough? What if my child is like just a piece of shit? You know what I mean? I guess I do my best to nurture, right? Nature. I think nature has a good way of playing things out, but only when other things are playing by nature's rules. You know what I mean?
No.
Like,
what do you mean playing by nature's rules?
The world plays by nature's rules, but human society does not play by nature's rules.
Okay, yeah.
Earthquakes, natural disasters. You know what I mean? If we were playing by nature's rules, we would still look like, you know, like the hunter-gatherers, I guess. But
yeah. Okay.
Do my best to nurture the child, I guess, and show him. And not. That's what I really want to strive to do. Is like, I want to show why things are the way they are. I don't want to just say and like, this is the way it is. You just accept it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like some math concepts is just like, I don't need to know how that works. I just know that it does. You know what I mean? But I want my kids to look at the world and understand why things are happening.
Yeah. Right. I think that's a great goal, and that's what I think everyone should go for. Because, I mean, I know people make jokes a lot about how like kids ask questions about how the world works, and then a lot of parents just make up answers that are like kind of right or whatever. But I would be like if I don't know,
let's look it up together.
Yeah, like, exactly. I'd be like, I don't know. Let's go figure it out because we can. It's so easy.
Yeah.
Like why? I don't know. Why are positive and negative charges attracted to each other? Do you know why that is? Because I don't know why. I just know that they are.
Yeah, like nuclear forces and.
But it's.
But yeah, for example, that would be something that
like. I don't know. Even in electricity and magnetism, I don't know if like I remember the very first day we talked about positive is attracted to negative, right? That's how you introduce electricity to everybody, right? But they did not.
I feel like I definitely learned this like this past year, but I don't remember.
But in my class, I remember thinking in that first lecture, why is that the way it is? And that was not addressed. I don't think, like, it's just there's some questions like that where that's something that a kid will easily think of because they're thinking of all they're observing all this stuff and wondering why it works. We just take a lot of things for granted. Like, yeah, that's how it works. We know why all these other things happen, but they all stem from that universal assumption that positive is attracted to negative, and we don't question that. But why is that? Is it why is that? Comment below if you know why positive charges are attracted to negative charges. Like the actual precise reason.
And don't comment how or why. Just say if you do or not.
Yeah, don't give us the answer. Just say yes or no.
Everybody else has got to go look it up. Just give us a
Yeah.
yes or a no. Come on. And don't lie. Don't go look it up and then comment yes. All right. We know.
We'll
We
know
can
if
see
you
you.
lie.
We can see you right now. Yeah. Put your food down.
You thought this was a one way camera. We goes both ways though.
I'm out. I was gonna say something, but I forgot.
What were the other two things that you wanted to talk about?
I hit all of them in there.
Okay, okay. Nice.
One was like the first one. I don't know.
Well, so what? Okay, I had another question. My first one was like phone, right? A personal device that you can use wherever, and you had so many. You can access anything from your phone, right?
Yeah.
So you give that to your kid like 12-ish, right? Which I think is a good time.
Yeah.
What about access to the internet in general, like a family tablet or something? Because we had that. We had like a family iPad for a while, and my brother and I just played games on it mostly, and I guess looked up things every now and then. But I remember just playing games on it. So things like because kids, I know I've seen so many kids, they just have tablets in restaurants and stuff, and they're just playing games while the parents eat or whatever. And it's like so weird because a huge part of my childhood was like if you go to a restaurant, it was like just was being there and like going to a restaurant with your
being
parents
at the restaurant.
Yeah. Like I remember those things vividly as like that's an experience. But if you're on and now when I go to a restaurant and I'm like looking at my phone or something, I feel like I don't remember the experience of being in the restaurant as much. It's just like I'm getting food right now, and I'm doing other things and I need to eat and I'm at a restaurant.
Dude, yeah, that's like, damn, I didn't think about that.
I think restaurants are formative experiences for little kids.
Yeah.
Like the whole process of like
I'm just
going to
thinking,
the
like,
restaurant and coming back.
Yeah, I agree. No, I do. I remember vividly this one time when I was younger. Like, I went out to dinner with my dad. He's like, "We're going here," and I was like, "I don't want to fucking go there." and he was like, "Too bad. We're going to Manuel's was the place. We're getting some Mexican."
Okay,
food.
yeah.
I was like, "Ah!" And I just sat there like the whole time. And
Yeah.
I was like,
You don't have anything else to
'cause
do.
I didn't have my phone.
Yeah.
I didn't have a phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what am I gonna do? Bring a book? Like, the fuck?
I would actually I remember I brought books to restaurants
around
after a while. Yeah.
Yeah,
Carried a
bring
book around.
books around. Yeah, that was that was the move.
I think that's what kids like. I don't unless things
Yeah, I'm not giving
change-
them a phone. I'm giving them books.
Yeah.
Dad,
long
I'm
as-
bored. Here, read Moby Dick.
if things unless things change like very very drastically, giving your like having books be the thing that your kid carries around and uses for entertainment when they're bored at restaurants and other things, that's the way to go. Not like a tablet book or something, maybe a Kindle with like an e-reader screen, but
Nah.
a real physical book. It just
I want
like,
that paper.
it's just I swear that's like a huge thing. That's how I like my childhood shaped me was like I had a book all the time pretty much,
Yeah.
and now I don't, but I'm competent at reading and on reading stories and like I know that it's awesome, and that's cool. Good, or yeah. Or I guess we should explain. Foster's holding up a bunch of books right now for those of you who are listening on.
I'm read. I'm
well read.
Well read.
Yeah.
Is there a term for that other than well read?
I
I feel like it should be some like old English word that's like weird. You know what I
Literate?
mean?
You are literate.
Literate. I'm very literate, but that's like I can read.
Yeah.
I want to say I want one word that means like
about-
I read more than you.
What about learned?
I am cool. No, I'm learned. You're like the fuck. No, yeah, I need to make a word for that.
Yeah. I'm sure there is. But anyway,
Probably.
those kind of things. I think, giving them a book instead of giving them a tablet, or just cultivating that they want to read a book
Yeah.
because you don't give them anything. Like you don't
Or
give
just
them a
something
tablet.
other than the phone. Like
Yeah, other than a screen, honestly, like they could be playing chess or playing in some little game.
Yeah, let them play chess. Yeah, I don't know if we know.
Just let them
I
give
did
them-
that a lot. I played a lot of chess when I was younger.
Yeah, I played like lots of, or just give them little, like, force them to come up with physical games that rely on their environment. You know, like when you're at a restaurant, I would play if you get 3 pennies at a restaurant, you can play
Three
penny
pennies?
soccer on
What
the
is
table.
that?
You like it's like you
Oh,
make a little
okay.
goal. Oh, you do
Er,
this. Wait. You do this, right? You put your hands together with your pinkies out and one of your index
like
fingers out,
this.
or that. But then you don't have a goalie. So this is your goalie with this. If you put this on the
Oh.
table, you have a little goalie,
Oh.
and then the other person,
Oh.
you have three.
Okay.
Then the other person is the attacker, and they have 3 pennies, and you have
Yeah.
to flick the penny. You have to choose 1 penny and flick it between the other two every
Wow.
single time.
I've never seen that before. That's cool.
It's pretty fun. And so that's the kind of game. It's physical. It forces you to engage with your environment, and it's just great for like it's way better. Imagine kids doing
Yeah,
that and
because
be
I'm
like,
just thinking like when you look at your phone and then you look up, it's like right. It's like where the
yeah,
time go. It's like snap.
yeah, exactly.
So it's
Yeah.
like imagine being a kid and like what we were talking about, like going through your early life, like you don't really have any agency in that. Your parents kind of just drag you around.
Yeah.
So these kids are just staring at these fucking screens while being like dragged around.
Right.
When they're old enough to like do things that they want to like do on their own, that's gonna be tough.
I know. I feel like it will be.
That's gonna be very tough.
Because, like you said, you get dragged around. I mean, you get to go do things that you find fun, but it's all at your parents' will,
Yeah.
right? Like they drag you where they are the ones who
You
bring
go
you
where your parents
you
are
go.
going.
Exactly, you go there. So if your parents want to take you someplace fun, you go there. If they don't want to take you someplace fun, you go there too. So you're dragged around. And I mean, at least now as an adult, when I'm doing something I don't really want to do, or I'm like at a doctor's office or something, I will be on my phone and doing other things while I'm
Yeah.
waiting because I don't want to be there. There's nothing interesting around me to engage with, or at least that's how I feel. But when I was a kid, if I had to go to the doctor's office, I don't have a phone. I have to engage with something around me, even if it's not that interesting. So, if I'm with my brother, I would we would like just mess around or whatever, or like talk or something, just
Yeah.
do something actually right there. And we would be engaged with this environment that was boring, but we still had to be there. But if you're a kid and you have the option of just tuning out every time you want to, which might be a lot because you have to go where your parents go. When you're older, you can go where you want to go. Where are you going to go? And what are you going to do when you get there?
Literally.
Like
Yeah.
you don't have the experience of engaging properly with the thing that you're doing to go do your own things.
Maybe that's it.
That's
Maybe this is like the catalyst of our downfall.
Yeah.
It's just like everybody's just gonna like
Just low functioning idiots. We
Yeah.
don't know how to do anything, or we don't know how to enjoy doing anything.
maybe that's like the next step of society is like you have like just like the low like extremely low class like in ignorant like controlled masses and then you have like everybody else.
But isn't that already how it works? Isn't the government controlling us?
They definitely are.
They don't.
I don't
wanna-
trust the CIA. Do you trust the CIA?
I don't see. I don't have enough. I don't have enough knowledge to know if I trust the CIA or not. So
Yeah, I don't think I trust.
all I know is that I'm alive, and so far nothing has affected me in a way that makes me feel like.
Are
I'm
you
being
alive
controlled.
though?
Well, you know what?
I
I feel like I am.
I think at least like 3 times a month I'm like I could have died there. And I'm like, okay, well, say I did die in that universe, like, who was I? What was I doing? Blah blah blah. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I like see into like the multiverse, and I'm like,
There was actually a few days ago. What was it? I was in the shower, but I realized I forgot something on the counter or something, like a soap or something, like a new
Yeah.
bottle of soap. So I had to get out of the shower, and I didn't use my towel because I was waiting till I was done with the shower. Right, I don't want to get the towel wet prematurely. So I got out of the shower and just really quickly stepped across the bathroom, got the thing, and went back to the shower. Right, but I still left like a puddle of water on the floor where I stopped to grab the soap. So then I got out of the shower, dried off, and got dressed, and went away. And then a little while later, came back and like almost wiped out on that on the puddle I left in there.
Yeah.
I was like, I would landed on the counter with my arms like I was like, and I was like, yeah, I probably could have died just then, but I didn't.
that's
so.
what I'm saying, bro. Like, and that's another thing about like the life is like, just like pain.
But
Like
it's not pain.
you
It's
could
just
go, you could
meaningless.
live the worst life ever, and then die, and that's your life. Or you could live the best life ever, and then you could die on a random Tuesday because you slipped and hit your head on the fucking tub. Like
Yes, it's not pain. It's not. It's just
that's
nothing.
so
It's
much like
meaningless.
yeah, yeah. Like that's what I'm thinking. Like what life is just like a. I don't know. My head was going crazy the other day. I was visualizing it on like this huge cosmic scale in which we're like the whole of us are like this huge like big like agglomeration of like sentience or whatever, and that's where we come from, right? We're just a huge
Okay.
big cloud. You know, Human Instrumentality Project, Neon Genesis Evangelion. Go watch it. Anyways, and that's where we get scooped out of. Like that's our like being, that's our essence, and then we
Okay,
get forced into this physical prison of a body, and we're made to experience this thing that we called life, which is really just like the whole time. And it's like all it is this little game that we're playing with each other just to see like, oh, who does the most interesting things.
So
And like
hold on.
at the very end of it, it's all just meaningless. Exactly, you're
Are
right.
we
Like,
Are we individuals when we're in the vat of whatever consciousness? So it's just
No.
one thing.
yeah, but everything at the same time.
Okay.
Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. I mean, I can't wrap my
You
head
can't
around it.
experience the whole of everything at once.
Yeah, but I understand. I can understand the concept of like everything. Sure, consciousness is just one thing,
Yeah.
one big pool, and then it's split off in little pieces and put into little bodies that do things of their own
Yeah.
accord. Yeah.
That's how I believe
Sure.
it. That's what I think is going on.
I think we're in a prison. I think that no, actually, I think I
Yeah.
specifically am in a prison. I'm an alien, and I murdered like a billion people.
Yes.
And I'm in prison right now or I'm in some sort of like rehabilitation simulation.
Oh,
right now.
facts. What makes
'Cause,
you
like-
What makes you think you killed a bunch of people?
I don't know. Well, I'm just thinking, what would be so bad that you'd put this person in a fake reality
Yeah.
for an entire lifetime?
Oh
or at least an
damn.
entire
Yeah,
human
we're being like suppressed. Like we're
Yeah.
too strong.
No. But we're gonna be woken up when we die, right? And then
Yeah.
we'll wake up and we'll be like, oh my god, why did I do that? Yeah.
And just
That's
be able
what's
to
gonna
like see
happen.
everything at once.
Well, because we're gonna see our past, our like real life, like perhaps
Yeah.
maybe we're immortal or what, or I don't know.
Different lives, reincarnation, 11
Yeah, we're
dimensions,
gonna
string
see-
theory.
We're gonna see the real life, like the real thing that we are, and then we're going to have. It's like in Rick and Morty. What is it? The video game where
Oh,
you're
yeah.
simulated.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Dave
yeah,
or
you-
something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like you enter a simulation where you live out a
And
whole
you
life
live
with
out that
somebody.
life, yeah.
Yeah, you remember.
You
So
die
this is,
and then you take off the helmet.
and you're like, oh my god, yeah, this is. I'm in the game right now, so I'm some sort of criminal,
Yeah.
and they're rehabilitating or reforming me through like this
I try
psychological
not, yeah,
treatment.
exactly. I try to think
Which
about
really
that
sucks
exact
because I feel like
thing.
I'm a nice person, and when I wake up, I'm gonna be like,
You're gonna be
crap.
this terrible
Yeah,
galactic criminal.
yeah,
I hate the idea. I try not to think about that exact thing because it's like, what if I'm like, I'm ready, and then I'm like, ugh. And then all of a sudden I'm like this 14-year-old alien. I'm like, whoa, guys, I was this guy named Foster, like, and I have like full knowledge of like everything that just happened, but also like
yeah.
my friend Bill over here. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that's gonna be like, I don't know.
Yeah, that would be terrible. I mean,
That
maybe
would,
it
like-
wouldn't be terrible, but like it feels now, right
That would
now,
be
it
kind of
feels like it's
fucked
terrible.
up.
Yeah,
Because it would give you like wisdom beyond your years, right?
well, like, why not just spend forever playing the game over and over again? You know?
Because yeah, if you can spend a year, like a whole life in 10 minutes,
Or if
Yeah.
it's an arcade, like no one lets you play an arcade game for 10 minutes. So imagine
Yeah.
if it's like a minute and a half or something, 2 minutes.
I
You can
think.
spend 80 years, 100 years in it. Well, 100 years to you.
Yeah, I think as we move forward, in society, like as technology advances as well, things are gonna get a lot more dangerous. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. I mean, they already are. Like, think about, I mean, just weaponry, like nuclear weapons. As soon as that was invented, things got a lot more dangerous.
I need to create an EMP gun so that when the robots rise up, we have something that works against them.
They would just be electronically shielded. Something.
Yeah, probably, right?
You think that the AI machines, they're the first thing that they think of isn't gonna be let's protect ourselves from EMPs because we're made of electricity, basically. That's gonna be their first upgrade is
Probably.
making them invulnerable to electronic attacks, digital attacks.
Your brain is like the Death Star weak spot.
I guess.
And that was the other thing too that made me think that like we're all this like thing working together, because it's like I was thinking like Death Star, human body, critical weakness. I don't know.
But your heart is a critical. If your
But
heart
that's like
blows up-
protected and shit. You know what I mean?
But okay, sure, I guess.
Yeah, the
So you're saying-
generator in the second Death Star is in the middle.
Well, the thing in the first Death Star is in the middle too.
No.
Yeah.
Why are they zooming on top then?
Well, because there was a hole in it, they could drop a
Oh,
thing
and they
down.
shoot it down the hole?
Yeah, and it goes straight into the reactor. And blows
Okay, and
up.
then in the second one, they go in the hole?
Yeah, because they can't. There's no hole that leads directly into the reactor that time. They had to go into the like construction zone and like
So maybe the robots won't have heads.
that would be pretty trippy. Imagine just a torso running at you.
That's the Krang. That's the Krang from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, dude.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah.
They're just like a little flesh alien in a robot, like in the stomach area, like
Oh,
right
yeah.
here. Man, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cool. All right, we're at like 47.
Oh yeah, I should probably go.
Yeah, you said you can leave. Is there anything else you want to say?
I think that's it. We need to title the episode and come up with a thumbnail though. Which-
Yeah,
A lot of like
a lot of
kids
tech,
and
a lot of
school and consciousness.
yeah.
Back to school. Back in black.
Robot Apocalypse 101.
No, I feel like we've done a lot of Robot Apocalypse titles.
Yeah.
I think it should, because a lot of it was the stuff about like development and school and stuff. I think it should be something about that, like kids. Like
Give
how
your
do you
kid a
take
book.
care of- Give your kid a book.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Sure.
I'm
Should
not
we-
married. I'm not married to it. So if you have any better ideas,
Give your kid a book.
give your kid a book, guys.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's each grab a book for the thumbnail though, and be like, have it open.
Do you have a book?
Oh, I have a book over here. Hold on. All right.
Should I do this
This is-
one or
This is the My Side of the Mountain trilogy.
My
Good
Side
book.
of the Mountain? I
Yeah,
haven't
it's
read
like
that in a
kid runs
while.
away from home and then like lives.
I
in
read the
wilderness.
first one.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, there's 3 of them.
What the
The
hell?
last one's not as good as far as I remember, but it's still pretty good.
Hold
Oh,
on.
I love the smell of books.
Literally, dude, that's what I'm saying.
And the font, when you get a good font in there. Oh yeah. It's like a meal.
I'm trying to open the Patreon right now, but it's I'm in
Oh
trouble.
yeah, we gotta check. I feel like no one's gonna even consider subscribing to the Patreon until they see that we
Have something on there.
well, that, and also like at the end of every episode we're like, oh shoot, we gotta check the Patreon. Like it doesn't seem like we're very reliable.
That's just because no one's on here.
Well, but what if somebody was on there this time?
Well,
we would have to
we're
really
checking
quickly
it.
write their name down on a thing. It doesn't look good.
I'll edit it in there. All right, let's just do this.
All right. No. We gotta be reading it.
Oh, okay.
We gotta be like, but you do your best. Like,
Yo, show the title.
I don't have.
Go like this. Like, hold it up.
No, but I want to see the pages.
You're reading the book. Like,
Yeah.
look how I'm
What else am
doing.
I gonna do with
I'm
it?
seeing the pages.
Except sniff it.
I'm seeing the pages.
Okay, well, how about we each do our own thing then? But see, you look like you're. Like, no one reads a book like this.
I read a book like that sometimes.
Okay, fine. I'll do my own thing, you do your own thing. I'm reading it like this.
Hang on. I don't know why this Patreon isn't working.
Oh, reading is so good.
Yeah, we're having trouble with the Patreon.
Uh-oh.
So,
Well,
if you subscribed, sorry, but there's probably no one on there, so. Alright, one more time,
wait,
one more
did we get
time.
it? Okay, hold on.
You
One
get
more
the
time.
book? One more time.
Okay,
Alright, that should be good.
fantastic.
Alright, I'm Hungry Nation. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for watching. Shout out that one guy on the Patreon that we didn't get to. JK. But,
Hopefully,
yeah.
JK.
Like, comment, subscribe. Do you know why electricity works? Comment yes or no down below. Only that.
But specifically, do you know why negative and positive are attracted?
Just
That's
yes
the
or
yes
no.
or no question.
Just yes
Yeah.
or no. Alright. Have a good day. Have a good week. Goodbye.